the consent and regular agendas.
I'll make a motion that we approve the revision and approval of the regular consent agenda.
Any opposed, or excuse me, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Pass. School spotlights.
Yes, we do. Oh, was that not on Tuesday? You want to go first?
Go ahead, Mr. Gleason.
Jacobs will be here all day.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'm just taking it for everybody. I'll go ahead and jump up here real quick before everybody else gets up here. Just a quick athletics highlight. I know last month we highlighted one of our all-conference athletes, Coach Spray with golf. Tonight we have Braden Wunderlich there, all-conference cross country this top 15 had to place, and he was around that 11 and 12. Didn't have his best race, he said, but it seemed like for a while every update I got from Coach Wallace, whether it was Braden or one of the other guys on the team, this was their time and it's a new PR. This is their time and it was a new PR. So great work coming out of the cross-country team, and congratulations to Braden on that.
Congratulations.
All right. My 45 minutes. All right. So we got a couple different ones we're going to operate on here today. Let's get this one order. Hey, we'll get there. There we go. All right. Is Preston here? Come here. Come on up here. All right. You want to introduce yourself? Where are you?
My name is Jordan Preston.
All right, Jordan Preston. So, I just want to comment on this. You guys going to put it up there? No? All right. So, last year, the board approved doing a mural by door 16 where we would every year redo it, okay? We kind of wait for a student to come up to me because we talk about this. Jordan came up here and said, you know, I got an idea for the new mural. You want to tell what that idea was?
So basically, like, if you ever been to like the Indy airport where you stand in the eye with the engine.
Who's been to the airport or seen on Mass Ave, seen the stuff? Okay, yep.
I was thinking like we could have that idea, like the 2 on 2, you could stand in the middle of the one. Be a part of it.
Yep, so that is going to be the new mural. So it's going to say, go the degree above and be part of the 2. There'll be no 1. There'll be a 2. And you'll stand in there with a photo or whatnot. You know, we can get stuff made, but that is a student hearing the call to, hey, we talk about all this. We say this all the time. It's our morning. It's our chance. It's all these things we live it. Those of you at the band, you can probably hear me from across the soil chanting that. So, but it's that. But that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about interventions or that positive reinforcement. It's also seeing if the school's going to do what they say. And, you know, Jordan's also one that jumped in the new keyboard class and others. So her task is now you have to pick people to paint because you're going to try a little bit too, right? But now it's that. So that idea is coming. So that wall, Mr. Oosley had, go to Germany and watch football, the Colts play. So now that he's back, he's going to paint it fresh and they're going to have at it. So just a wonderful job. I want the community to see what it's going to be. So wonderful job. So, other parts here, we always go through the student of the month, and, I always tell the kids, they come in my office, and they're like, what I do? I didn't do anything, I don't think, and they start worrying. But then when they see the letter, they get really, really excited, because it's not me picking them, it's peers, it's their teachers. It's not a popularity contest amongst, students, it's their teachers, it's the staff. Those are the ones that select it. So that means more. So it's not a, hey, my 20 friends voted for me. No, it's your 7 teachers, plus it's anyone that has a badge has access to vote when we send these out. So it's pretty amazing. So with that said, is our 9th grade student of the month for October is Madison here? She's sick. Okay. Want me to read on her behalf? Okay, so Madison is great to have in class. She is a student who wastes no time. She comes into class, gets busy working on her assignments, participates in class, and follows instructions the first time. Because of her outstanding work habits as a student, she excels academically as well. On top of being a great student, Madison is also a great person. And that's a common theme you see, not only some of the month, but just our spotlights. There's great human beings here at Taylor. Maddie constantly demonstrates responsibility, intrinsic motivation, and a strong work ethic in all she does. She approaches every task with focus and integrity, setting a positive example for her peers. She is truly a joy to have in class and an excellent representation of what it means to be a Taylor Titan. So that is Maddie Stahl for our 9th grade. Our 10th grade is Zach Bining. Come on up. So, funny story about this. I forgot my step stool, so I don't close it too short. But funny thing about this with Zach is I had to find him in the morning. He was doing something for band on Friday, getting ready for the pep rally, all those things. He's like, I'll come to your office later. I said, okay. He comes to my office, and I think I already had it in my hand, the white envelope. He goes, did I finally get the white envelope? He goes, Mr. Gleason, I'm not in line. I woke up today thinking, you know what, I haven't got that white envelope yet. So it was so, right, is that true? So yes, all right. So the November High School Student of the Month is Zach Bining for 10th grade, who shows up, shows out, and somehow stays awake all before 8 a.m. You're here early because you're the product of an educator and you have to come to school early. Zach's enthusiasm, reliability, and servant heart make him a true standout. So his reliability, if you saw anything for homecoming week, all this stuff, if you see the thing flying in the sky, 99% of it is you flying it. So between him and Chloe Woods, but he shows up for everything, records everything, goes home, then edits it, sends me the video, sends me the stuff, gets it ready, gets all of that. So he's a hero to students who have a parent as a teacher that make them come to school before all of their classmates because he has to be here by 7:30 and sometimes 7 a.m. on Tuesdays. He is a legendary example to all of his THS students that have hit the snooze button one too many times. So I was Mr. Weeks there. But, like I said, he takes everything, just goes after it, between his classes and this, but smiles just like this, and true enjoyment that he got the white envelope. Now you get a cardstock certificate. And you'll be announced when we do our academic assembly in January. We'll come back. So nice job, man. Get up there with him. You stand up there. Oh, both? All right. I'm afraid of her, so I'm going to make sure. There we go.
I took one.
And big shout out, they have a massive drone competition on Saturday coming up. If you've never seen it, it is wild. I didn't think I could yell at that so much. Even at Kettering, you're yelling in there, you're all about it. It's awesome. So come out to the drone support. How many teams, Ms. Mike, do we have?
We have 14 teams.
We have 14 teams coming out to fly.
That's in the field house?
Yes, in the field house. Okay, 11th grade student of the month, Kendall. Come on. Don't let her slow walk. She was super excited in my office. So much so we had to make sure her photo was perfect every time, correct? No. So, Kendall, she is the term, so it's from Mr. Weeks, okay? The term servant leader is defined as one who prioritizes the growth, well-being, and empowerment of their team members above their own power or authority. I have had the privilege of having Kendall in class each of my 3.5 years at Taylor High School, and I believe she fits the definition of a true servant leader. Kendall is not going to lead by vocal force or overwhelming antics, but she does lead by impactful examples she shows in all she does, whether it's producing quality work in the classroom or selfishly serving as our sports teams as a student manager. That can't be easy. Plain and simple, Kendall Mumad gives her best in all she does. In addition, Kendall is always prepared for class, attentive to the lesson, and works hard on any assignment. It is my honor to nominate Kendall Mumad as the November Student of the Month. smile big.
You gotta get those again.
Whoa. Remember who signs your diploma. Proud of you, kid. Thank you. No shadow. Julia here. No. What our cross country runner is. Come on up, Senior Braden. Nice job. If you notice, Braden has on our TLA shirt for Titan Leadership Academy. He is one of the founding members, and he is the vice president of the Key Club that was newly chartered in August. So wonderful job. All right. Throughout my entire time working with Braden, he has constantly demonstrated exceptional character, leadership, and integrity both in and out of the classroom. He is punctual, courteous, and dependable, the kind of student who can always be counted on to do what is right, even when no one is watching. His positive influence extends far beyond his own success. He is generally helpful to his classmates, always willing to help explain the concept, share materials, or offer encouragement to others. As a team member, he exemplifies cooperation and respect, contributing throughout thoughtful ideas and motivating his peers to perform at their best. His leadership style is grounded in humility. He leads by example and inspires others through his consistent actions and genuine enthusiasm. And I've seen that about our Key Club is all about community service. And what they did with the breast cancer awareness, raising $800 to give back to the Howard County Women's Shelter is just phenomenal. In addition to academic and classroom leadership, he actively is involved in numerous school and community roles. He balances these commitments with admirable maturity, often seen supporting and cheering for his peers in their sports, performances, and extracurricular activities. This spirit of encouragement and community is what makes Braden truly stand out. So nice job. Huh? What do you think? Okay. We have a couple more yet. All right. I think that's all for student highlights, right? Well, that's when the band's supposed to yell at me and say no. Is that all? All right. Well, huh?
Be quiet.
Yeah. All right. This is absolutely amazing, but I don't want them back here. If you're part of the band, the guard, get on up here. Get on up here. This is awesome. Real quick, you can come around it. Come this way, we're good. Come around. Also, I cannot highlight anything about these young men and women without first, I got to see it for the last month and a half ride. All the parents here that have to push everything, drive everything, do everything. It is unreal. Like, I thought I have energy. They're like a NASCAR pit crew getting that stuff out. So if you're parents here that had anything to do with the band, can you just stand or wave? Like, this is something that stuck to me. I won't say what parent said it, but they looked at me and said, there is no way we're losing points under my watch because we're not ready on time. So it's that level of commitment that, hey, we are going. Okay, no, we talked about some schools have polos and earpieces, so Mr. Johnson, for next year, we'll have to update that. But, Mr. Johnson, do you want to say any words about them? I
just want to say they're amazing. These students are absolutely amazing. You put the bar here, they surpass it. The bar gets here, they surpass it. You put the bar here, they just continue to amaze me. Being their band director is the highlight of my day. When I get to school, I just love being around them. I love working with them. They challenge me. Sometimes they get the mean side of me, and they're like, Mr. Johnson, that was awesome. Like, do that more. I'm like, I don't like that. But really, though, it is a relationship developed over years, and the 22 seniors this year. So, like, that right there is amazing to me. And that's my first class of fifth graders that when I first got here. Those 22 seniors are a representation of that year. So, no, all I can say is just absolutely amazing. Their performance was was so beautiful and just, it was just awesome.
No,
So
but
great
when it
season.
gets to that, you guys know how I feel about all of you up here. Like, I thought you did amazing. Places are just places. You were there. You're there. That 100 plus other bands would trade anything to be there. So wonderful job. Placed higher than semi-state than what you did. You know what I mean? So I just appreciate that, all that. But it is absolutely wild. People have asked, why haven't you posted this? There's copyright laws. Mr. Johnson, I didn't want to have anything forfeited, taken away, so that's why there's only the images. But let's all get a photo up here real quick. Mr. Johnson, you got to come up here for this. Yes, we need a photo. All right. You got to make 2 rows, do whatever you have to do.
Of course, Brody has to get.
Oh, yeah, Brody.
All right. Here we go, real quick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold on.
Which camera are we looking at?
Wait, something. Hold on. We got to rearrange this order. Hold on. Something's not right in this order.
I agree.
Something's not right. So, something's not right.
Oh.
Teacher of the month right here. 2, 1, 2. All they're saying is let will hang there, but this goes out to everybody. Mr. Deshawn sends it out to everybody, parents, students. So, Mr. Johnson, here are some things that, now there's a couple pages. I'm going to try to get through it with you. Here we go. He is an amazing teacher, but more importantly, an amazing man that cares for the students and actually teaches them how to be better themselves and as a person. Another one. Mr. Johnson shows kindness and professionalism every day. He goes out of his way to make sure his students are happy and can also get their musical practice every day. He gives students many opportunities to play many different instruments and never judges us if we don't get it just right. And he takes kinds of music classes and he teaches all of them very well. He also puts a lot of his own money into the band program, something I hope to do eventually in my life to give back. I definitely think he should be considered for Teacher of the Month because of his commitment to his job and his students. He treats us like his own kids, which is a hard thing to find in today's world. He's the kind of guy to leave no student behind and make sure people get the help they need and are seen. Another one. I believe that Mr. Johnson deserves this award because of what he does. He does so much for his students, spends so much for the band. A lot of it is school given, however, he spends his own. But a lot of it comes out of his pocket. He does so much and almost anything he will do for anyone. Mr. Johnson has a good rapport with our students. He has built and strengthened the Tailored Band and led them to successful competitions. He makes a point to send inspirational emails to all of the staff to boost the morale. When one student was struggling quite a bit and his parent was complaining that the teachers were the problem, he responded to the parent with a very insightful email and included Taylor staff so that we all knew how to respond. I personally didn't know how to respond to the parent, but he walked me through it. Mr. Johnson is an amazing teacher. Even though he has lots of kids in the program, he makes time for every single kid to feel appreciative and supported. I don't think Mr. Johnson is appreciated enough for anything he does. Also, his family should be Teacher of the Year for always having him away. He's helped me with a lot, especially with the loss of my father recently, and I always had fun in band class. It was my escape. It was my moment to connect. He is kind to all of us and helps us when is in need, and it's greatly appreciated. More here. He goes out of his way for students, making sure they have absolutely everything they need, making sure his students are okay. He talks to his students about almost everything. I'd say he is one of the more professional teachers because he not only helps us, but he gives us life lessons that I will use after my time at Taylor. Over the past few months, Mr. Johnson has done nothing but help the entire band constantly. Yes, that is his job, but he always goes far and beyond that to make sure we all can play our instruments and read music properly. The marching band has been taking so much out of him. What does he do? He simply keeps going because he knows that's what all of us need. He keeps encouraging, pushing us to be better when we think we can't. This year has been some of the hardest hardships for him, but he still kept pushing, and I don't know how he did. This is because he believes in his heart and in his mind and all of us. He believes that we can push farther than we have in the last 11 years within the marching band. He believes that everyone in the jazz band classes can solo and play any piece he puts in front of us. I don't think he would trade any of us. And last one. Mr. Johnson exemplifies the teacher of the month by going above the expectation of the 40-minute or so class and challenges his students to excel every day. I've had the opportunity to watch him work with individual students and get them caught up with the group. I've also watched the various sections of the band work in precision, and on their own, these kids, under Mr. Johnson's directions, go above and beyond. He is an all-around neat man who allows his students to express themselves through the music and band department, and I think the Red Door really showed that, in my opinion. He has taken his personal time to reach out to students in need and assist them well beyond the curriculum. Mr. Johnson is able to establish the student-teacher bond with his students as he remains professional, yet caring and compassionate, which so many students do not experience in their own personal homes. I feel like my home is with him in the Tech Academy. He encourages the students to mirror professionalism in their daily lives as they demonstrate leadership as section leaders, first chair, drum major, majorette, is that right? Right, said. Yeah. His leadership and mentoring of these students has taken them from the days of playing hot cross buns to being semi-state and state finalists. So, Mr. Johnson, that was a wide range of kids, community members, staff, and people I don't maybe know that you've ever interacted with. So, without a doubt, Teacher of the Month, Mr. Max Johnson. Mr. Johnson, do you have any family here you want to share?
Oh, yeah. Come on up. Come on. Come up here, son. My wife's son is back here. Layla's back here. Come on. All right. Can someone get a picture?
Yeah, all right. Students, mounts.
Get out of here!
Johnson's family That's not going to be too long. Cool. All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2. Floor is yours. If you want to say anything to Mr. Johnson, this is.
Oh, I can't. I'll start hauling.
I held it in.
I held it in. Thank you. This is
If there is anybody for the student highlights and you don't want to stay for the rest, you can go. This is your time.
Congratulations.
Yeah, guys.
Okay. Yeah.
See you tomorrow. Yeah, sure. Go on.
You gonna say anything else after?
We're gonna let you know.
The good part, so, why was that so sarcastic? All right, let's move on. I'm confident board members have reviewed the financial reports. Those will be submitted and are subject to audit. Mr. Vinsler, your policies and procedures.
It's more confusion and chaos. That first one, under the election eligibility to serve, some of the changes they made on here now are to the fact that the candidate, or whichever one of us run or whoever runs, have to have one of the following. The candidate's political party affiliation, the candidate is an independent candidate, that the candidate elects not to disclose any affiliation with a political party, or that the candidate A is not affiliated with a political party, and B does not identify as an independent candidate. So, from now on, I don't know how that will work out. We'll see. I know the guy from the paper called me about, and that's my opinion about it, and I just told him I had no comment. The problem with that is, guys, is as soon as you say you're one side or the other, they put you out here. in reality, most people are here, right? I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but anyway, we're gonna be required to do that. That's gonna be on our paperwork, so. And will be disclosed, obviously, on the ballot.
It's something we need to be aware of, and I noticed in our regional thing, I pointed out in the bill, if you announce an affiliation, either Republican or Democrat, and you resign for whatever reason, we as the board do not get to appoint that successor. That successor is appointed by the Republican or Democratic caucus of the county, which is really, really bad, in my opinion. But that's
If you claim,
if you run as a Republican,
Claim a
yes,
party.
yes, correct. If you claim non-affiliated, then we get to appoint a successor,
Yeah.
like we always have.
And that would be my suggestion.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was added to this, this particular PO, so. Okay, are we good there?
Yes.
All right, so this volume 38, number 1, which included the non-discrimination policy review, just 13 policies, a revision of 13 policies, technical corrections to 4 of them, 1 replacement, 12 revisions to the administrative guidelines, 1 to the replacement to the administrative guidelines, 1 technical replacement, and 1 new form. So, and these are all changes that are a result of statutory language reviews at the state and federal levels, court decisions, and civil rights investigations. So, all these revisions are recommended to comply with the changes in both the state and federal laws. So, there are 4. I don't know if you looked through them yet. There's 4 legal alerts that have already been signed by Governor Braun in terms of the child care programs, preschool programs in public schools, DOJ issues, new ruling concerning web content and mobile app accessibility, and the new 2025 COPA rule, implications for K-12. Then there's also a page in there that you can look through. It's got 16 key revisions affecting K-12 schools, and that includes COPA, which is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. So that basically provides parents with control over the personal information collected from children under the age of 13 by website and online services. PO 142 is revised. It just says board members, party affiliation, independent or not, to disclose on the voting ballot going forward. We've already talked about that. PO 4162 is revised. So the board expects all drivers, CDL, other staff who operate, inspect, or service vehicles to comply with policy 412201, and that refers to the drug-free workplace, which prohibits the use of the possession, use, sale, or distribution of alcohol or any controlled substance on school property at any time. PO 754002 is revised as well, and that's in reference to the digital content and accessibility. That's the school website, apps, and services. PO 8452 is more of a safety thing. They just revised some of the procedure for maintaining the AED's proper function and training. And there's a technical change on PO 8121, which is background checks. As far as the non-discrimination part of it, there was a proposal with 3 policies. They replaced 3 policies, and they rescinded 7 policies. So, again, these changes are a result of statutory language reviews at the state and federal levels. PO 1422.02, 3122.02, and 4122.02, those have been rescinded. They're taken out. That's the non-discrimination based on genetic information of employee. And then also PO 1662, 3362, and 4362 has also been rescinded, and that's anti-harassment. Those policies of all, they're recommended for repeal as a replacement versions of policies 4122, 3122, and 4122, which incorporates all that content. So it's all together now. They've abandoned those others. Then also, if you look at PO 3122, it's in green. They put on there specifically that the school board herein, after referred to as the board or the corporation, does not discriminate based on a person's protected class or classes in its educational programs or activities and does not tolerate unlawful harassment. Protected classes include race, color, national origin, sex, disability, age, religion, military status, ancestry, genetic information, or any other legal protected characteristics. And the board is an equal opportunity employer. And then the last thing is, we talked about the corporation compliance officers. If you remember right, we made Heather and Brandon the compliance officers. And Steve suggested we're going to add Jake to that. But Heather will be, she'll be the designated person or the spokesman in terms of the main investigator or decision maker. So, Heather, did you know that?
I do now.
Unless we fall in her building. And this would fall in her building.
Yeah, unless we fall in her bill.
Yeah.
So, but we've added Jake to that. And there's also a description of number of days. I say it was 3 or 5 that were recommended for evaluation, investigation, and appeal process. Was it 5? So I know that's a lot of information. What I can do is I'll email you guys this write-up that I had, and I'll copy Mindy so she's got it. A lot of stuff I thought was important for us to know.
Any comment or question for Mr. Booster? Thank you very much. I appreciate the time you put into that. Very much. Okay. Board members, do you have any comments or concerns, anything else pertaining to information before we move on to new business? Okay, new business. Let's look at.
Compensation calculation.
Do we have to do anything with that, or is that just?
It's
You
just
just have to
public,
acknowledge.
It's just
public acknowledgement, yes.
Can you just say that you?
Okay, concerning letter D, the 2025 teacher compensation calculation, we have, I assume you all have reviewed that. We acknowledge the situation we are in, where we're at, and we constantly are striving to reach that goal.
And that will be posted on the website.
And that will be posted on the website, thank you. Okay, now, new business. Consideration of public library board member appointment. You've all received that information. Mr. Sean, who is that person?
Mr. Nick Wade, if you want to stand up.
Yes, Mr. Wade.
So, yeah. So this has already been voted on by Western to put him on the Howard County Library Board. So one person from each of the schools, well, one person from the 3 schools will do this. So we suggested Nick, and they approved him. So Western's already approved. We're approving tonight, hopefully. And then I will send this over to Northwestern tomorrow, and then they will approve it tomorrow night. And then Nick will be officially on the library board.
Very good. Nice. All right, I'd entertain a motion considering the appointment of Mr. Wade to the Public Library Board.
I'll move that we approve Mr. Nick Waite to the Public Library Board.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Thank you, Mr. Wade. Next is consideration of the resolution of the interfund transfers. Renee?
You guys get me a lot today, so.
Just stay standing.
Yeah, I'll just keep on standing. So at the end of the year, sometimes we have account funds that are negative $10, and I have another one that's over $10. So at the end of the year, we just balance those all out. So this is just asking permission to, as long as it's all within one fund, to just transfer a little money here and there to balance this out for the new year.
Okay.
It's a housekeeping budget thing.
I'd entertain a motion concerning the consideration of the resolution of the interfund transfers.
I'll move that we approve the resolution of interfund transfers.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Consideration of the resolution to transfer from education fund to the rainy day fund. Renee?
So at the end of every calendar year, we transfer money from the education fund to the rainy day fund. Next month, I'll be asking to move that money from the rainy day fund to the operations fund. So again, it's just the budgeting, housekeeping permissions.
Okay.
That's for this calendar year, for 20.
Okay. Any comment?
Is that a set amount or is that a percentage or?
So the state allows us to do 15%. I like to stay at 14.95% just to be under a little wiggle room. But if you go over 15%, the state puts you on a naughty list. And we've been on the official naughty list before because we need to transfer 20% from education to operations. So I don't want to say I got creative in my financing, but I've got a little smart here. And I do 15% from education to operations, and then at the end of the month, or at the end of the calendar year, I transfer from education to rainy day. And when it's in rainy day, there's no rules on rainy day funds, so we can just transfer it right from rainy day then to operations. It's a little asterisk in a gray area.
It's how we have to keep operations afloat.
It's a common practice. I'm not the only one who's doing it. So it's kind of a norm.
It's all legal and.
Yeah.
It's going to become more commonplace
Right.
as people's operations funds dwindle with the property taxes. So you're going to see a lot more schools and boards.
I entertain a motion for consideration of the resolution to transfer from the education fund to the rainy day fund.
I'll move that we approve the resolution to transfer from education fund to rainy day fund as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Consideration of the 2025 fall common school loan. Renee?
Thanks, guys. I tried to get David to do this as the new technology director, and he politely declined and said that he knows that I love to talk, and I know you guys love to hear me talk.
Thank you, David.
So it's a common school loan, which again is a normal practice that we do. They're 1% loans that we can do from the state or 1% loans. Last time we did it for, this is not the technical term, the insides of smart boards, the brains of the smart board to replace them and update them. This time we're asking to do it for new Chromebooks, and instead of doing a giant purchase of Chromebook for the whole high school, we're going to do a grade at a time. So kind of keep that refresh coming along and moving along a little bit better. It'll kind of help our financing and my debt management a little bit better if we do a grade at a time instead of a giant purchase of lots of money for Chromebooks or iPads.
Okay, entertain a motion concerning the consideration of 2025 common school loan.
I'll make the motion for consideration of the 2025 fall common school loans.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Next is consideration of the 2026-2027 school calendar. Any comment?
So essentially, this mirrors this year, just moved over by a day, essentially. And you'll notice a couple of things. We still have waiver days. We got those for 3 years. So next year has 2 waiver days for professional development for teachers. And the only difference between this year's and next year's is that we have 4 days, I think, built in this year. No, we have 5 days built in this year for makeup days. Next year we'll only have 4. If we exceed those days, then we will employ the use of e-learning days. We're trying to avoid that. We'll have 1 less makeup day next year due to the way the calendar falls. Graduation will fall before Memorial Day.
Entertain a motion for consideration of the 2026-2027 school calendar.
I'll make the motion for the consideration of the 2026-27 school calendar.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Next would be consideration of the ratification of the 2025-2026 TEA master agreements.
Nothing new. We had the public meeting last week. You guys saw everything that was involved with it. And so we're just asking you to ratify that, and then everything that follows will be because you approved the new agreement, then we have to adjust all of the salaries and follow.
Okay, thank you. Entertain a motion for considering the ratification of the 2025-2026 TDEA Master Agreement.
I'll make a motion for consideration of the ratification of the 2025-26 TDA Master Agreement.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. Next would be for consideration of the classified staff raises. Renee?
It doesn't matter. I mean, so for our classified staff, we agreed, Renee and I worked out a lot of numbers and possibilities, and this year we agreed on a 3% increase for all classified employees.
Entertain a motion for considering the classified staff raises.
I'll make a motion for consideration of classified staff raises.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed?
Abstain.
Pass.
And with that, you had
Processing what?
Can I just add one more thing? Not that I like details and dates, but this will be retroactive back to July 1 or the start of the school year. And the effective date that we're really, fingers crossed, hoping to get that back payment out to everyone is December 5th payroll. So that's our game plan in our office so far.
Is April aware?
She's already stressing out and we're already working on spreadsheets, so.
that back pays a lot.
That back pay is a lot.
Okay.
Sorry, just my technicalities.
Did we vote on that, maybe?
We did.
We did, okay. All right, next would be consideration of the administrative staff raises and stipend.
The administrative staff will get exactly the same as the teachers. They will have a $500 bump on their regular salary, and they'll each receive a $2,000.
Thank you. Entertain a motion for consideration of the administrative staff raise and stipend.
I'll move that we approve the administration staff raise and stipend as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Next is consideration of the superintendent stipend. This is in line with the administrative staff raise and stipend as we always do. I'd entertain a motion for consideration of the superintendent stipend.
I'll move that we approve the superintendent stipend as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Considering the contract bus driver bonus.
So, in the past, we've always given the contract bus driver a raise as we have all of our employees. Now we only have one contract, we have 4 drivers with 1 contract. And so, we would like to give him a 0.75% bonus, which is $1,575.
Okay.
And we rely on Mr. Bode. He really stepped up and took on some extra routes for us this year. We're very fortunate.
All right, entertain a motion for consideration of the contract bus driver bonus.
I'll make the motion for the consideration of the contract bus driver bonus.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Consideration of the revised classified staff's salary scale.
You've already approved the raises. This is just going to be reflected now on the new scale, so now you're approving the new scale.
Okay. All right, entertain a motion for consideration of the revised classified staff's salary scale.
Make a motion for the revised classified staff salary scale.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Passed. All right, consideration of the high school student handbook revision. Who?
Yep. So when we moved our periods around, going into the school year. We moved, our intervention time from the morning to after lunch to try to maximize as much academic, bring the kids back down. So that allows now students to have half days at the high school, talk about interventions, adjustable schedules. So you can go periods 1 through 5. You can be out at 11:47. And then you have luncheonette. So if you're playing sports or stuff, that still counts as your 5. However, we needed to make sure, that we're halfway through now, figuring some stuff out. Hey, if kids don't follow X, Y, or Z, how can we make sure they follow X, Y, or Z without it getting out of hand? So we just have parameters in place now that your attendance has to be there, you're missing work, all these things. If not, we'll just put you, have you come back, and it'll just be on full days with lunch hold, and electives that you may or may not want to take. So it's kind of just, make sure that you're staying on top of it, not getting that so-called senioritis as you get going on stuff. But hey, we still have to lock in. This also helps protect us with sports. If you come so late during the day, you can potentially miss playing time, practice time, because you have to be here so much. So this really makes sure those athletes and anyone that's in an ECA is here on time, making sure that we follow all the, IHSA rules.
Good. All right, I'd entertain a motion for consideration of high school student handbook revision.
I'll make the motion for consideration of the high school student handbook revision.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. Next would be consideration of the donation requests, which are Indiana Heartland Federal Credit Union, T-Mobile, and Legacy of Love Foundation.
Yeah, so the first two are athletics related. Indiana Heartland Federal Credit Union. Our new girls wrestling coach, Samantha Wheeler, and her husband had connections there. They had been in contact with them and said they wanted to maybe see about reaching out and helping area high school with some needs they needed. With starting up a new girls wrestling program, they needed singlets that were, I guess singlets are cut differently between men's and women's. They're pretty skin tight, so that was news to me. But the credit union ended up coming on. I think the bill was around $950 to get a set of 14 singlets, which I think from what I've been told from the wrestling coaches, 14 is a full roster with every weight class. And they donated $1,000 to go ahead and help with the purchase that alleviated some of the stress off the athletic department to buy those uniforms and the booster club as well. So that's what that one is about. The second one, we mentioned it a month or so back. I participated in a sweepstakes. That's what it was. It was a sweepstakes with T-Mobile. A gentleman came and visited our school in July, I believe it was, and said, hey, you guys did this program last year. We want to sign up for it again this year. It was as simple as when I would report what was going on in the football game or whatever, I'd put a little hashtag about the 5G Friday Night Lights or the sweepstakes or whatever. And the more times I did that, the more entries we got into these drawings. And we were lucky enough to be pulled out of the hat for one of the $5,000 drawings, which will go back to football program and athletics in general. So I ask that you consider those two donations.
Legacy of Love.
Yeah, I am spoken too long today. I'm going to let Mrs. Newland describe what this is for you guys.
Thank you, Mrs. Newland.
I just found out like 3 minutes ago that I was speaking because no one wants to hear Mr. Lights. So I want to hear
He's really guilty.
what I look at the elementary, we have the kindergarten milk program, which is anybody who's in early childhood education. Our kindergarten kiddos eat lunch at 10 to 11. They get on the bus at 3:30. That's too long of a stretch to go without some kind of snack or nutrition. So our kindergartners get milk in the afternoon with a snack. It averages about $62 a year per kiddo. So when I was doing the bill to last Tuesday, I think it was, I get to her in a minute. Anyway, I was doing the bill. I keep a spreadsheet of who has paid what, how much is still owed. And I noticed we had a lot this year of parents that had paid zero. I have enough in the fund that I'm not going to turn down a kindergartner because mom and dad can't pay. I feel that they need the nutrition. So what I did was put an email real quick out to our staff, asking if there was anybody who wanted to sponsor kindergartners. I had a huge response. The biggest response was from Sarah DeBard. She subs for us, plus she is one of our wonderful cafeteria workers. She supports the Legacy of Love. The Legacy of Love was created by Rich and Loretta Grant for their son Justin, who was a Taylor graduate in 1998. In 21, he tragically passed in a car accident. So his mom and dad support various activities for Taylor students. She has, his mom and dad and Sarah have wrote me a check to pay off the entire bill for the rest of the year. So that is what I'm asking your permission, so I can go deposit that money tomorrow. And then send a letter out to our parents that the milk program is taken care of for the year, rest of the school year.
They had paid off lunch debt before.
Yeah. And I will be sending a letter home to the kindergarten parents and to Dojo, so they know, where the money came from. That will be done for you.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And thank you for speaking instead of
I didn't send Mr. Light.
We do love you, Mr. Light. All right, I would entertain a motion for consideration of all three of these donation requests.
I'll make a motion to approve the donation request as presented.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. That is everything under new business. Mr. Duchamp, do you have any other business to discuss?
Just got back from a conference for all superintendents down in Indianapolis, and my goal every time, there's lots of sessions. You guys have been to ISBA, and you can go on multiple things. And I always try to come back with one really solid thing that we can put into place, and we found that today. So the principals and I will be getting busy here pretty soon. They don't know yet, but they will shortly. So pretty excited about that.
Any other questions or comments from anything? All right, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.